Well, hey there folks, and welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here and it's time for another beer review. If you have just found us here on YouTube, as I say at the beginning of all these videos, give us one of those. Like, share, subscribe, give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. It's the Hop House, with that hoppy beer with like good house music. We're on the beer side, and we're going to go through a couple of stouts. I'm going to get through some darker beers and have a couple of decadent stouts. It is December after all. We're only like just over a week and a bit away from Christmas, and so it's, you know, I've got my jumper on, it's cold outside and it's winter, and you need something a bit more decadent to warm you up in those winter months. So some nice good dark beer stouts. Right, you ready to see what we're going to review first of all? Okay, this is not a virgin beer review. I have had this beer before, and I'll show you. So it's from Aldi and it's under their Hop Foundry range. Hop Foundry, nee, alarm bells. They've not been great. But this, it's called Peeling Good, and it is a chocolate orange stout coming in at 5.2% on the ABV, and a 440 milliliter can. Even the can looks like a Terry's chocolate orange, doesn't it? That's what Aldi do best. They sort of copy, I don't want to say rip off, but they sort of copy designs of certain beers or whatever it is. They've got fake, like, they've got a fake Peroni, a fake Moretti, a fake Corona. You get the idea. So this is their Terry's chocolate orange in a can, Peeling Good. Yeah, so the Hop Foundry range at Aldi. Actually, they did do another stout that was pretty good. I like that. It wasn't bad. But they did the sort of hop forward stuff. They did the grapefruit thing. It was dreadful. And they did that twice as nice double IPA. I call it twice as tripe. That's probably the worst beer I've had all year. It was shocking. It wasn't good. But I'm actually looking forward to this. I think this is going to be okay. Well, I've got hope. Although saying that, it's not a virgin beer review, so I have had it before. But I'm not going to tell you what I think until we're going to pour it out and then jig and whiff and all that stuff. Right then, I've got the Vocation golden claws for this one. Just speaking of Aldi beers, just as I'm getting out into the glass, sorry. Speaking of Aldi beers, I believe I've heard that these are brewed by Hogsback Brewery. They're based, is it Wiltshire way or Berkshire? Somewhere down south, anyway. So that's what I've heard. Good old Rumourville. The Viva Vocation. But I don't know, to be honest. I've also heard that they brew the 10-4 brewing. And just a quick word on that. 10-4 brewing. We recently did the IPAs that they brought out, the Brute versus the Double. Neither of them were particularly that good. But they brought out a New England IPA, 10-4 brewing, in a pink 440ml can. They've re-brought that out. And I did, when I had this, because I've had this beer before, I had it at a family party. Went round to the in-laws, like end of October, was it? End of October? Halloween weekend, yeah. And I bought a can of that New England IPA, the 10-4 brewing. But I've noticed they put the price down from £1.59 to £1.19. And it wasn't good. It's really suffered, so I think they've toned down the ingredients. So just be aware of that. Go check out that 10-4 brewing New England IPA if you liked it originally. They brought it back out. It's cheaper, don't get me wrong, but it ain't as good. It's all about cost, isn't it, really? Cost, what you're going to put in it. Anyway, this beer, this was £1.59. It is jet black in the glass. If I hold it up to the natural light, there's no light bleeding through it. It's got a sort of tan coloured head on it, and it wobbles around quite nicely. It looks okay. Doesn't look bad, actually. It's got a nice sort of bit of foam on the head as well. So it's, look at it. It's like an espresso or something, or a cappuccino. A cappuccino with that head on. I want to draw like a little leaf in it, or a coffee, as you know, like when they do art in your coffee. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Right, so that looks pretty good. Quite like the look of that. Should we get the nose in there? So if you are new to these videos, we're going to put that in there. We're going to give it a whiff. See what we can sniff. Well, it certainly comes through on the smell. Does smell orangey. You're getting some roasted malt, which you'd expect in a stout. That's what gives it the chocolatey flavour. I would expect that, even though it looks like a Terry's chocolate orange, if you've ever had the dark chocolate ones, I would expect really for this to be a good version of the Terry's dark chocolate orange, because in a stout, unless it's pumped full of sugars and sweeteners and adjuncty orangey flavours, normal stout is more bitter dark chocolate flavours than milk chocolate. So I would be hoping for more roasted malt flavours, dark chocolate, espresso kind of vibe coming from it. Definitely getting the orange. The orange does taste a bit fakey though. Yeah, it does taste a bit like it's been forced in there. Obviously it has, it's an adjunct beer. You don't find natural orange in ingredients in beer. I'm getting a little bit of smokiness from the roasted malt, so it is there. It does kind of smell a bit like a chocolate orange, so it is sort of achieving on what it's set out to do. But it's the orange that's coming to it. It smells like if you were to go to Aldi and buy their Fanta, you know, cheap orangeade that like looks like luminous. That's the word I was looking for. Luminous in the bottle, and then you pour it out and you taste it, and it's just really tangy and just tastes very artificial and fake. That's a bit how this smells. But for I suppose for a beginner, or if you're not into your beer, you'd smell that and think, yeah, it smells like a chocolate orange on the first whiff. But then you get more into it and it's really the orange that overpowers, that the roasted malt is in the background, but it's there. Smells okay. Doesn't smell bad. I'm going to get past it because we're now going to give it a try. So that's bottoms up and down the hatch. Cheers, everybody. Season the greetings. Okay. It's definitely more the dark chocolate than the milk, so it's not overly sweet, so that's a good thing. I like that. That's good. That orange does taste forced. It does taste a bit cheap and artificial. It just does. I mean, it's made for £1.59 a can, so, you know. Before we go any further, by the way, all these videos that I do here, if you are new to the channel, it's opinion based, right? I'm not a brewer, I don't work in the industry, I'm no expert, I just say what I say. Coming back to this then, well, let's do some lace division, because look, the head's like disappeared. Bit of lace division for those that love the lacing. If you're a beginner, lacing is when it jigs around in the glass there, and basically the head forms and it holds, and then you twirl it around like that, and you see the head sticking to the side of the glass, like so. If you can jig it a bit more and really get it going. And then what we'll do is we'll jig it and we'll re-whiff and see if we can get anything else on the smell. Doesn't look bad, you know. Not bad at all, really. Could be a lot worse. Yeah, that's better. More of a head now. And then, when I do that and rotate it slowly, the bubbles that are coming up from the carbonation chase the bottom of the head. And I like to call it my magic trick because I think it looks neat. Okay, now I'm getting a lot more roasted malt out. Smelling now more, the roasted malt and the chocolatiness is matching more with the orange. And it's more, before it was like 75% orange, 25% malt. Now it's more 60-40. The orange is still overpowering the most. But I'm definitely getting more of a chocolate and espresso vibe from it, from the roasted malted barley. Okay, so flavour-wise, the body is thin to coming up to medium, which for a 5.2% stout you'd expect it a bit, not thick gloopy body, but a thicker body than that. It is quite fizzy and carbonated in your mouth, and then when that goes, you're getting that orange, the sweet orange, but it's like artificial. You can tell it's been pumped in there, and then on the back end you've got that sort of dark chocolate espresso bitterness, probably from the malt and the hops combined. Then It's not a bad effort. It's not a bad effort, but it's not great. I've had better, but you know, it's £1.59, it's brewed to a cost, isn't it? It's not overly sweet, and I'm really glad of that, because I don't want my beers to be overly sweet. So it is what it is. Right, rating wise, I probably would buy it again actually, just for the novelty factor, because I quite like the look of the can. So I'd just give it a thumbs up. It would probably be about there in all honesty. But yeah, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll give it a thumbs up. It's not bad. I'll finish that off. It's not too bad. So yeah, peeling good. Don't think it'll give us any information on the can, because usually these cans don't say anything. So it says chocolate and orange flavour stout made with chocolate malt and chocolate malt and dark chocolate flavour. This is a rich and smooth stout, uniquely lifted with an orange finish and aroma. And then it just tells you specially produced for Aldi, da 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 da, know your limits, yada yada yada. The Hop Foundry. The Hop Foundry does chocolate stout. Peeling good. Yeah, it's just about got a thumbs up. It's not too bad. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you again for another beer review right here on the Hop House. Ciao for now, people.